was the big thing, I mean, guys, that was a weird game for us. I mean, I love that team. I'm watching them warm up, and I came back and told Wojcik, I said, we're in trouble. I mean, they don't miss a shot. They're big, they're strong. We did do. Jeremy deserves some credit, the job he did. And Jace wasn't normal Jace, But what I loved about him, I think he grew as a player. He was down on himself, and he bounced back and made some big plays. But Jeremy gave him some great passes, and I just think we put a run together because we didn't turn it over and our defense picked up. And not that it was bad, but it really picked up.
The spark that you got at the end of the first half from Cooper and Cohen in that stretch to kind of pull away, kind of expresses what you've been talking about with your bench strength.
Not only the bench strength, and Coop did a good job. He really did. But Cohen grew up today. In a lot of ways, it wasn't just hitting a three. Some of those rebounds he got, some of the defensive stops. He was guarding guards. He was guarding 6'9", 6'10" guys. He proved what I believe about Cohen Carr, that as that shot keeps coming, he's going to be a special player.
What kind of a difference can it make if Jeremy plays that way, especially the first half?
Yeah, big difference, and he actually, you think about it, I think he missed 2 dead nuts layups, and then I think he missed, 3 free throws. He's one of my better free throw shooters. So he would have done it on both ends. But, he was better in the huddles than he was on the court. And that hasn't always been the case, to be very blunt and honest with you. He was upbeat, he was telling me things that I know worked. He was telling the players things. He led like he should lead, and I think that was as big a difference than his defense and his scoring.
It's certainly not win or go home time for you guys at this juncture this weekend, but next week will be. How important and how many lessons are there still you think this team needs to learn going into next week, and that you can kind of get out of them this weekend?
Well, it is win or go home this week. We get another week, but we do go home this week. And I don't want to go home right now. And hell, my family's enjoying the hotel and the food, and I'm enjoying not seeing daylight. So that's we're both happy with what we got. And but I think I know what you're asking me is that's what the beauty of this tournament is. You have to learn that one and done means one and done. And so if we are done after this, we're done. Now the next time we're done, you hang the shoes up. There's a difference. And so, like a couple times in the huddle, we made a couple plays that were boneheaded plays. And we can't do that if you're going to advance in that big tournament, even in this tournament. You're going to make mistakes, but not mistakes coming out of the huddle and not knowing what we're doing, or a couple of those kind of things. And you do have to make free throws. And if that puts pressure on them, so be it.
Some of the free throws maybe the late game wear and tear, like late season wear and tear, I should say, or some maybe the guys were hitting at such a high clip early that.
Well, even when Jace missed his, he's a free throw shooter. That was early in the game. But I do think we played certain guys a little longer than normal today, which is going to happen, but so did they. So I don't think that's an excuse. Like Jace is so mad, I got to calm him down because he's mad at himself. And Jeremy was a little bit too, but between the two of them, they missed some free throws that they've made all year long. So I'm going to lose sleep over a lot of things. That won't be one of them.
A lot of the players are talking about playing for the 1 seed. Is that something that comes from you, or is that from within them?
No, I don't ever talk about things that I have no control of. And, I don't know what will happen around the country. I'm also a big believer that most of it is done probably by tomorrow, and I think the teams that I've heard, they deserve to be there, not that we're not chopped liver, but I think we've solidified ourselves on where this stretch of games has been unbelievable, and we played pretty damn good, probably as good or better than almost any time in my career, other than maybe that national championship run where we, won, I think, 18 Big Ten games in the Big Ten tournament, and we just kind of kept cruising. But what these guys have done, they deserve a lot of credit for, and yet they've been humble and human, and they've been I don't sense any. Even at Iowa, I did not sense any. I think we're better than we are, and so if it moves them to try to get a number 1 seed, so be it. But I think we could do a lot of things and still not get a number 1 seed, and I wouldn't be one complaining about it. And I've been a 1, 2, 3. I've been a 7 and gone to a Final Four. I've been a 2 and got beat the first game. I've done it all when you've been around this long, so I don't really worry about that stuff as much as you think. Only thing that's nice is for them and the prestige for the program. It's not going to help me win games. Rough season for Jeremy, believe it or not, because he's a super competitive kid, and just because he's 95% healthy, he did make up for the 8 months he missed, and that's been frustrating at times for him and me. And I'm more understanding of it than he is, but that's been hard. And I told him if he just gets back to the basics, other things are going to come. His shooting will get so much better this summer. He'll be, but he went through a tough 8 months, and so I think it's hard to lead others if you're working on your own game. If you're not pleased with your own game, it's hard to lead others. So he's getting a little bit of that both now, and couldn't come at a better time.
How big of a luxury is it in a tournament that goes back to back to back to have 10 guys where you don't skip a beat at all, that you can run out at any time?
Well, I think we skipped a couple of beats a couple times, but I think your point is well taken. I think it's for the most part, the only injuries we had, and Jason might have another one. I mean, I didn't get his head, he got his neck wrenched, but for the most part, we've been injury-free. And most of that, I think, you got to look at, we're not playing guys until they're walking on their elbows. And at least that's what I think. But it's nice knowing we got other people. If somebody does get in foul trouble, someone goes down, we got people that have played, have competed, and have played in big games. So I guess that's a plus.